Teachers, what classroom secret almost cost lives? I almost missed it completely. Just a black notebook left behind after my AP chemistry class. I grabbed it, planning to return it next period, when a folded paper fell out. My blood froze when I read the first line. If you're reading this, I'm already gone. The handwriting belonged to Nathan, my quietest student. Straight A's, never missed class, always sat in the back corner by the window. The kind of kid you worry about but can never quite reach. But as I kept reading, hands trembling, I realized this wasn't a suicide note. It was something far worse. He'd detailed everything. How he'd been collecting chemicals from the supply closet for weeks. Small amounts I'd never noticed missing. Sodium, phosphorus, concentrated acids. My signature forged on inventory sheets. So I knew this was planned, methodical, terrifying. The combinations he'd researched could create toxic gas when mixed together in the old heating ducts that connected to every classroom. The time was circled in red, 2:15 p.m. During the pep rally when the entire school would be packed in the gymnasium. I checked my watch. 1:47 p.m., less than 30 minutes. So I ran, legs barely carrying me to the principal's office. "We need to evacuate now." Principal Morrison's face went white as he scanned the pages, but he hesitated. This could be a hoax. Nathan's a good kid, so I had to convince him fast. "The chemicals are real. I've been missing supplies for weeks." His hand finally reached for the emergency button. The fire alarm shrieked through the hallways. Students poured out, groaning about another drill ruining their lunch. Teachers herded them toward exits, counting heads, keeping order. But I was scanning every face for Nathan. Dark hair, gray hoodie, always wore the same worn backpack. He was nowhere. Security pulled up footage. There he was, entering the basement maintenance room at 1:15 p.m., 30 minutes before I found his notebook. So he was already down there with the chemicals. The bomb squad rushed in while we held our breath outside. Minutes crawled by like hours, but that wasn't even the worst part. While searching Nathan's locker, they found more notebooks. Lists of every perceived slight, every moment of humiliation, every day he felt invisible. Half of them involved me. Times I'd called on other students when his hand was raised. Days I'd forgotten to return his graded papers. So this wasn't random. I was supposed to find that notebook. The radio crackled. They'd found him unconscious beside 3 glass containers, different liquids separated by thin membranes. One small puncture and they would have mixed. The timer on his phone showed 2 minutes remaining. Everyone exhaled in relief. Crisis averted. Nathan would get help. We'd install better security. Learn from this. But remember that note? If you're reading this, I'm already gone. The bomb squad leader pulled me aside, face grave. "Mr. Price, there's something else." They'd found a second timer in Nathan's pocket, already at 0. It had triggered something, but not in our school. So they raced to Nathan's house. His parents were at work, his little sister home sick from elementary school. In the basement, they found another setup, simpler but deadlier. A space heater rigged to overload, surrounded by accelerants. The timer had failed due to a loose wire. Pure chance. 5 more seconds, and his 8-year-old sister would have been trapped in an inferno while we were all focused on the school. Nathan hadn't just planned to hurt us. He'd planned to destroy everything he loved, including the sister who adored him, who drew him pictures every day, who was the only person who still made him smile. So now I understand why he left that notebook behind. It wasn't an accident. He wanted to be stopped. Some part of him was screaming for help, even as the darkness consumed him. That dropped paper saved hundreds of lives, including his own.